this was the best day ever, our favorite of the three we had in San Francisco. We got on the first tram, almost without a wait, which was a wild ride. I was listening to a guy. But not why we're here. Oh no, today we're here to bike the bridge. We rented our bikes from these people, recommended by other people on this forum. There are plenty of other bike rentals in San Francisco, and it's all a cartel, so the prices are about the same, although the Blazing Saddles charge you less if you book online, even just before turning up. So I recommend you do that. But more importantly, the High Street location is just steps away from the bike path that you want to be on. So you only have to do a bare minimum of mixing with road traffic. Your bike rental package includes the helmet and, if you want to, ferry tickets for return from Sausalito. Which, again, I recommend you buy because it's a long way back and up the hill.
Yeah.
So, ready, steady, set, let's go! After the first little hill, yes, that is my lack of cardiac fitness. You come to this long, flat stretch of the way, which looks pretty boring, and everybody just pedals past it. In most cases, probably not realizing they're pedaling past history. This is the former location of the Marina Airfield, one of San Francisco's several early airports. This was its second location. The first one from 1915 was even closer to the city. And mind you, the Wright brothers flyer only went in December 1903. You know, you could probably still land a small airplane here. Anyway, next up is the marina itself.
Oh my God.
Which, importantly, has a public toilet with water fountains. You can also get a coffee, juice, sandwich or donut here for only something like $50 for 2 coffee, juice and a donut. It's Disneyland prices, but then it's San Francisco. We are in Disneyland. Speaking of which, do not pedal past this. It's a detour of only about 200 meters. And the last standing piece of the Panama-Pacific International Exposition, which in 1915 took up this entire quarter of the city. Here, this was it, and this is the Palace of Fine Arts. Some links in the description, but I read that most of the buildings were plaster and chicken wire. Well, this one certainly was not. It's a shame they haven't found a better use for it, but on the other hand, it's great for photos. Or a picnic, or some wildlife watching. Having had a break after not very much biking, we set off and go not very far again, because this is a prime picture opportunity, especially if you have 3 different cameras and want to compare them. Also, there is a beach, and a little further on well, if these look like hangars to you, it's because they are. That's another of San Francisco's lost airfields, the Crissy Field. Also a remnant of the Panama-Pacific Exposition, I think. A little bit of the way and a few photos further on, there's the warming hut, which was very crowded, but it does have another toilet, which you might want to use because it's a long way to the next one, with some other photo opportunities. Also, here you can take a detour to Fort Henry, which we didn't because we're lazy, and it's a long way back up the hill from there. Also, we really wanted to make the last ferry from Sausalito. So instead, we braved this. The most unpleasant, if thankfully not very long, part of the ride. I'm going the ditch. Once you're over that hill, you're almost there. It's better because you're no longer with the cars. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Missing you because I'm thinking. And here we go, this is it, the main event. So the arrangement is bikes on one side and pedestrians on the other. And even so, it's by no means wide or a comfortable path. Which maybe explains why, again, people just power through it. They don't stop, they don't look, and, they're here for the bridge. The bridge is beautiful. The graceful lines, the detail, the view. I don't get it. Well, we stop. I also like it when they give proper credit to the engineers. Takes about, 15 minutes with a photo stop. It was amazing, but then we were very lucky with the weather, especially considering it was March. So once you're off the bridge and taken all the pictures you wanted, there's this little parking lot where everybody congregates. And here you start going down, down, down to Sausalito. Let it go a little bit. With some really amazing photo opportunities on the way, including vanity selfies. Oh well, we're all human. So then you come out about here and think, hey, that was easy. But actually it wasn't. You're still good 40 minutes away from Sausalito. Once again, on the road. Although it is a little wider, not quite as busy, and has some redeeming virtues. In Sausalito, we were hungry and thirsty enough to stop at the joinery, heavily pedalled by the blazing saddles. It was alright, busy, and what you see on the table was about $100, which struck us as a little much, but again, it's Disneyland, you pay for it. Also, we forgot to use the discount. And then, well, nothing left but to hop on that ferry. Which is very much a cyclist's ferry. How much exactly? Well, this much. Yeah, plenty.
You have restrooms or heads on board. They are located on the first deck forward. We also have a snack bar on the first deck aft. A variety of...
And you want to do this rather than bike back because on a good day, this is the best view of the city you can get. Also, the closest we got to Alcatraz on this trip, as that tour is a day on its own and we only had 3 days and preferred to spend them exploring the city.
King.
You disembark at Fisherman's Wharf, for all practical purposes, only a couple of minutes ride back to Blazing Saddles. Everyone was very nice, the bikes were good, and Gremlin scored a free t-shirt. It's a nice t-shirt.
But it's a t-shirt, Mom.
No complaints there. We tried to go back to the hotel the way we came, but it being St. Patrick's, as we're not particularly fond of being vomed on, we took this, the other kind of San Francisco tram. It means you have to then walk through the financial district at dusk, with darkness falling and lights slowly coming on. In other words, perfect end to a perfect day. Our other best everyday in San Francisco was the self-guided history and architecture tour. But that's a whole different episode. Gremlin on the road. You're taking a picture of the wall?
No, I'm pretending to take a photo.
Okay, well, you're not pretending very well. There.
Yeah, I remember.
I can't even hear them. I can see them. But can I? No, the platforms are empty actually. Yeah? Oh yeah, there are a few. Yeah, they're there, they're there.
It's not eating enough. Which one do you think's cuter, the seals